This is the 2026 McLaren GT, a beautiful dark blue finish, plenty of carbon fiber, and those iconic upward opening doors. It's designed to give you a supercar performance with grand touring comfort. But is it actually worth the money? Let's take a closer look. Here we have the Michelin Total Performance tire, black wheels, carbon ceramics brakes, bright orange caliper. Everything here is built around performance. Now let's get inside. The side step is finished with carbon fiber. Other areas uses plastic. Even the floor mat are wool, paint into the place. It's small but nice detail. Beside the driver are several buttons for the storage compartment. There are also small item storage. One thing immediately stands out. There's quite a lot of plastic here, and for a McLaren GT, I expected a little more. You press the button and the front compartment opens. There's actually a decent amount of space here, along with light, charging equipment, and first aid kit. So yes, this McLaren is more practical than its look. Around the rear, you can see the honeycomb style grille and large airflow opening. There are more grills, sensors, and carbon fiber. And then you get the two large exhausts because behind all this is something very special, a 4-liter twin turbo V8. Now let's get into the driver's seat. The steering wheel is actually very simple. You have the usual control, driver assistance functions, and strokes for the light and wipers. Then there's the start button. Press it, the button in the red, and the V8 comes alive. The engine produces 626 horsepower, 630 newton meters of torque. Power goes through the 7-speed dual clutch SSG transmission to the rear wheels. Then the hardware we are working with. The center console gives you the control for reverse, neutral, and drive, along with other vehicles functions. The driver display gives you access to a lot of information about the car. There's also a rotary controller near the driver's side for different settings, and the parking and the sensor system can show what's happening around the car. The center single screen controls things like the climate system, ventilation, and other functions. It works, but it's not particularly fast. You have to use the touchscreen for quite a few things. I personally prefer some of these functions to have a quicker physical buttons. Now we have the different driving modes. You can adjust the car for more relaxed driving or switch into the more aggressive setting. There's also manual control when you can want to take over the gear changes. And yes, there's a cup holder. You also get a small armrest with USB-C and some additional storage. So despite being a supercar, there's genuine practicality here. But I still have one complaint, the plastic. Some part of this cabin simply doesn't feel as special as the exterior. The carbon fiber is beautiful. The seats are extremely good. The driving position is excellent. But for a car in this price range, I expected a more premium material in certain areas. Still, none of that really matters if the driving experience delivers. The seats are comfortable and nicely supportive. The design as this sporty almost feels like WRX STI style shape. The black leather and the contrasting stitching looks extremely good. The doors have their speakers and controls, and of course there are only two doors. Pull the release, the entire door rises upwards. It's still one of the coolest thing about getting out of a McLaren. And now we drive. This is where the McLaren GT really comes alive with the twin-turbo V8 and 626 horsepower, 630 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds. The top speed is just 203 miles per hour, which is 326 kilometers per hour. But numbers don't tell you how this car feels. The steering extremely precise. The car feels low, light, connected to the road. You turn the wheel, the McLaren responds immediately. Then you hear the V8. You feel the acceleration, and the gearbox fires through the gears. This is when you realize the GT isn't really a soft luxury car. It's a supercar that has been made more usable. You get the performance, you get the comfortable seats, and useful storage. So would I buy it? Honestly, no. And I'm not saying that because it's a bad car. It's an incredible machine. But the automotive world is changing. We are seeing electric performance car with huge power, huge torque, four doors, much more technology, and often a fraction of the price. Take something like Xiaomi Su7 Ultra. You get extreme performance, you get a four-door sedan, and a completely different technological package for much less money. Or could you look at something like Zeekr 001 FR if you want serious EV performance with more practicality? So personally, I did love to drive the McLaren GT, but I wouldn't spend my money on one because if I'm spending this much money, I want something that gives me more performance, more technology, and more practicality. But there's one thing the McLaren still has the EV can't completely replace: the V8 engine. You hear it, you feel it, you experience the gear changes. That mechanical character is exactly why cars like this are still special even today. So that's my look at the 2026 McLaren GT. Would you choose the V8 McLaren? Would you take a high performance EV instead? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to CarPursuit, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Drive safe, and I will see you in the next drive.